Hello, welcome to the Mythology Manifest. It's been around 2 months since I last posted a video, and still my subscribers have gone up to just over 230. So thank you for subscribing, liking and watching my videos. My Twitter page has also been doing quite well recently, and I currently have almost 1,080 followers. So thank you to anyone that's following. As this is my first video in a while, I decided I would jump straight into a new section of mythology that I'm hoping you will enjoy, and that is Celtic mythology. So the myths and legends originating from Scotland, Ireland and Wales. In this video, I am going to be discussing a very well-known and powerful goddess from Celtic mythology who is known as the Morrigan. I hope you enjoy. So the Morrigan, also known as the Morrigan, Morriu or Morrigu, is a goddess from Irish mythology. Her name, when translated to modern Irish, means Great Queen or Phantom Queen, and simply put, she was the goddess of fate and war. The Morrigan is associated with foretelling, doom, death, or victory in battle. When stalking the battlefields, she was often represented as a raven or a crow, and it was said that whilst in this form, she would incite warriors to battle and would help her chosen ones achieve victory against their opponents. She sought out the brave and would help to instill fear into their enemies, as she encouraged them to do brave deeds. It is for this reason that she is a goddess of war. When not in a crow form, the Morrigan was said to be washing the blood-stained clothes of those she had seen were fated to die in battle, which is the reason that she was heavily associated with foretelling and predicting the future. In some tellings of her tale, the Morrigan is not just one goddess, but instead she is 3 separate entities known as the 3 Morrina, and was worshipped as a triple goddess. The 3 names were Macha, who was less war-driven than the other 2 aspects of the Morrigan, and Macha was more of a goddess of life and sovereignty, and was closely associated with the life cycle. The second sister was Badba, and it was as Badba that Morrigan assumed her crow form and flew around the battlefields, in order to inspire the brave warriors. The third aspect of the Morrigan was called Nimain. However, Nimain is often interchanged with Ananda. In this form, she was the embodied spirit of powerful women and the actual spirit of war. These 3 sisters were said to all be the Morrigan, and were also said to be the sisters of 3 land goddesses known as Eriu, Banba and Fondla. As there were sometimes 3 versions of this goddess, she is often presented in 3 different ways. The first seems to be the most popular representation, and that is as a young, beautiful woman with long black hair and a spear and covered in crow feathers. And it's safe to assume that this is the Morrigan as a whole, and also as Nimain. The second form she appears in is as the crow, which is Badba, and the third is as an old crone, and this is safe to assume is Macha, as the old were often associated with the life cycle. The story of the Morrigan's family is a little bit hazy. Some sources say that she married Dagda, the king of the Tuatha De Danann, and had a child, while others say that they only encountered each other at a river once. If they did happen to have a child together, then the name of that child was Adair. One thing about the Morrigan, or Morrigan, no matter what the myth, is always clear, is that she is a powerful yet vengeful goddess. She is easily angered and quite jealous. This is probably most evident in the myth of Siu Chalainn. In this myth, Siu Chalainn was a mortal warrior who the Morrigan fell madly in love with. When she attempted to seduce him, he rejected her, and so the goddess was offended and began to plan her revenge. She tried to use her magic to increase his inner strength, but needed him to be still and near her for her to do this. But he did not wish to be near her because of her advances, and so her powers were not working. As the Morrigan was a shapeshifter, she managed to get near to him by appearing before him as a bull. She told him to run, but he refused another of her requests. The next time she appeared to him was in the shape of an eel. She tried to trip him in an effort to use more magic on him, but once again she was unable to. She tried again, this time changing into a wolf, and attempted to scare cattle so they would run and stop his journey, but this didn't work for her either. On her final attempt, she took the shape of an elderly woman, perhaps Maka. She was milking a cow, and when Sir Chilean saw her, he finally recognised her. Morrigan gave him 3 drinks of milk, which immediately made him stronger. When Sir Chilean was riding his horse one day, he saw the Morrigan again by the river. When she spotted him, she decided that this would be the perfect moment in which she would seek her revenge on the warrior for rejecting her love. Using her magic, she summoned his armour to her, and immediately it was covered in blood, and so she began to wash it. As I mentioned earlier, it was an omen to show that a warrior was going to die in battle. The next time that Sir Chilean was in battle, he was critically wounded, and he knew that he was going to die. And so he tied himself to a large stone and propped himself up so that he would die in an upright position, respectfully. A crow, perhaps Badber, then landed on his shoulder, and it was at this moment that everyone knew he had passed. And this was how the Morrigan got her revenge. And that is all of the key information on the Morrigan that I know and that I could find when researching her. She is an interesting yet mysterious goddess, and I know that in some places and by some people she is still worshipped as a powerful goddess. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe. This video will be going in a playlist all about Celtic mythology, and I will add more videos into this playlist as I make them. If you would like to follow the channel's Twitter account, then there is a link to that in the description below. On there, I post daily mythological information and information on my videos. Let's keep classics alive. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on the Mythology Manifest.